Kendrick, everybody. You're listening to the sounds of Akia Uwanda and Friends. My friends being Mr. Corey Johnson on drums there. Mr. Pierre Kendrick on saxophone. Carlos Peterson on keys and bass back here. And I am Akia Uwanda. And we're so happy to be here at the Jacksonville Alumni Chapter of Kappa. Fraternity presents the 7th annual public meeting saluting 2014 through 15 Kappa Foundation scholars, honoring community leaders representing service through community development. Let's give them a hand. Thank you. So we're going to dedicate this song to all of them and all of you because it's nothing but amazing grace that brought us thus far.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Let's welcome our Kappa scholars, and let's give them a round of applause. and certainly our honorees. Since its inception 90 years ago, the Jacksonville Alumni chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated has provided leadership and service within the Northeast region of Florida and beyond. For the past 6 years, this astute and august body of achievers have hosted this ceremony, our public meeting, to honor students who have achieved academically and to equally honor those who have made strides in our surrounding communities. And tonight is certainly no different. And to serve as master of ceremony, we have a gentleman who is the embodiment of achievement himself. He is the director of the Jacksonville Pharmacy Practice Division of the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences for the Florida A&M University. He served as the 28th Jacksonville Alumni Chapter Polemark, the 7th Southern Province Polemark, and is further distinguished as being the 91st Elder Watson Diggs Awardee. Please join me in giving a round of applause to Brother Dr. Frank S. Emanuel.
That I hold in high esteem, and I appreciate those kind remarks. So, as the MC of the evening, by the power vested in me, I now call this meeting of the Jacksonville Alumni Chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated to order. I'd like to ask Brother Hilliard to come and give us the invocation. Halyard, I'm sorry.
Let us pray. God of all creation, we come before you welcoming your divine presence into this place. May our efforts be blessed with insight and guided by your understanding and wisdom. We seek to serve respect for all as our professions and professional faith give us strength to act in accordance with your written word, that we may love our neighbors as ourselves. We earnestly meet to serve our community, to use our resources wisely, and to make decisions that promote the common good of all mankind. We recognize that our responsibility to the past, present, and future, and as trusted servants, we seek blessings on our deliberations and on our efforts here today. In your precious and holy name, amen.
I'd like to ask now Matthew Harris, the president of Jacksonville Kappa Leagues, and a student at Bishop John J. Snyder High School to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As you remain standing, I ask that you pause for a moment of silence in recognition of the silhouettes and Kappa brothers who have passed from our ranks since our last meeting. And following that, we will have a rendition of the Lift Every Voice and sang by Ms. Akia Uwanda.
Lift every voice and harmonies of liberty. Let's all rejoice, sing, rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. May sing the rising sun of our noonday begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. The 7th Annual Jacksonville Alumni Chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated's public meeting provides an opportunity to reflect and say thank you to individuals and organizations that improve the quality of life through community development for those who live in the Jacksonville Metropolitan Statistical area. Whether empowering dreams through entrepreneurial development, philanthropic service, legal assistance, mentorship, medicine, or neighborhood revitalization, the capacity building efforts of our honorees are among the best of that can-do spirit that underlies achievement in every field of human endeavor. Since the chapter's chartering in 1925, our membership has recognized that the next generation is our future. But without strong examples to inspire and mentors to suggest a positive direction, the path of life can be more difficult to navigate. Our honorees represent that inspiration. The students who receive scholarships here during this meeting will be able to visualize the value of giving back to the community and what their lives can be if they persevere, graduate from college, and pursue industrious callings by viewing snapshots of the lives of our honorees. And finally, in partnership with our foundation, the Jacksonville Alumni Chapter hosts an annual golf tournament whose purpose is to raise funds for scholarships and mentorship programs. The chapter does this in coordination with the William and Betty Cody Foundation. This public meeting is about recognizing the best of us and to inspire the best in us. So again, we welcome you to this program, and I'd like to ask now that Brother Cleveland Ferguson, if you would come forward and give us the welcome.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the mayor of the city of Jacksonville, Brother Mayor Alvin Brown, we'd like to welcome you to City Hall for the 7th annual public meeting. We are so pleased and honored to recognize these esteemed members of the community in this year's theme of community development, and we hope that you enjoy and are inspired as we are with reflections from them on the various ways in which they participate and breathe life into the city of Jacksonville. Welcome.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our leader, the the 38th pole mark of the Jacksonville Alumni Chapter, Brother Dennis Gamble. Good evening. I say again, good evening. Good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity, Inc., a frat so nice, they named it twice. Ka Psi Phi Nu Pi. It is with great pride and honor that this year's ambassador is awarded to a brother who over the last 15 plus years have been the #1 sole fundraiser for our foundation. He is a past pole mark of this chapter who I had the honor to serve under his leadership, and he continues to lead as our foundation president. He exemplifies a man of high standards, hardworking, and one who speaks his mind. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers all, this year 2015 Pole Marks Ambassador Award goes to none other than Brother Dr. Herman Miller Jr. Brother Miller, come on now.
I didn't know anything about this.
You all may have a seat. Took a lot to keep that from Herman. So now we get into the meat of the program. All organizations have members who excel at what they do, and inevitably there's one like Cream who rises to the top above all. And this year, that person in our organization is the Kappa Man of the Year, Brother Brandon L. Mack.
When he grew up in South Carolina, Brandon Mack was a member of the Kappa League. That's the signature youth mentorship project of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity, Incorporated. Now, Brandon used the lessons he learned and the leadership he developed through the program into being a noted scholar at Claflin University. During college, he continued to achieve as a campus leader and earned spots on the dean's and president's lists before joining the noble bond of Kappa Alpha Psi.
The summer following my initiation into Kappa Alpha Psi, I was voted in as pole mark or the president, and I held that position for 2 consecutive years. And I've just always had a focus on academic achievement, and for me, the Byron K. Armstrong Award, because it is the fraternity's highest academic award, was important to me.
From undergraduate work to a faithful member of the local graduate chapter, Brandon Mack continues to serve the brotherhood and community at large.
I serve as a part of the Guy Wright Kappa League program's leadership team, so I serve as an advisory team member responsible for membership. I've also been the marketing chair for the 5K. I've also been involved with the Achievement Committee as well.
Serving young people and building relationships are in the core of essence for his being. Right now, he's the supervisor for partnerships and community engagement for the Duval County Public School System.
I often say that I didn't choose this career path, it more so chose me. My degree is actually in communications, and I learned that I'm a people person. I like engaging people, and I like building partnerships and making connections and connecting the dots.
From being a solo initiate to forging a path of success where others didn't think was possible, Brandon succeeded. But with all of his success, he says that there were still some challenges in just being a young black man.
I think the biggest barrier and the biggest challenge that I face is being a young African-American male and ensuring that I'm consistently presenting myself in a professional manner so that I'm respected within the professional world.
The lessons of respect, confidence, and tenacity are some things he said that his first role model made sure were deeply instilled within him.
I think my first mentor and definitely my strongest mentor is my father. My father instilled in me what it meant to be a man, instilled in me the value of hard work. My father to this day does not use the word tired.
Although his years are young, tireless service is what makes Brandon Mack tick.
Service is important because we ultimately all need each other. And one person can be down today and I could be down tomorrow and need someone. And Guy Wright is particularly close to my heart because I'm a product of the Guy Wright Kappa League program, and I know about the exposure and about the opportunities that it gave me. And so for me, it's important for me to invest in our young African American men. My personal motto is, to whom much is given, much is required. I think it's important to set expectations of ourselves and not expect to be given anything.
He has been a student, a teacher, and now as a leader, he hopes to inspire the next generation of leadership with sage advice.
Always remember, whether it's advancement in their education, in their personal lives, if it's in their professional lives as they move into their careers, they always have to remember that growth is uncomfortable. And in order to grow, you have to be willing to be uncomfortable.
Congratulations, Brother Mack. Almost didn't recognize you at the beginning of that video with all that hair on your head. For the 7th year, this event has been held in the hallowed halls of the City Council chambers. It's streaming live across the world. So let's take a moment to thank two people who have assisted us in making sure the technology runs without interruption. As you see up here earlier, they were helping us to get our screens fixed. And that's Steve Casada with the City of Jacksonville Legislative Services and Sam Vargas of Vargas Visual Imaging. Would you give them a hand, please? Thank you, guys. I'm glad you got this thing working up here. Now, our first honoree for the evening is Connie E.W. Smith, the Senior Vice President with Wells Fargo and Community Affairs Manager of the Wells Fargo Government and Community Relations. Let's look at the video as we introduce Connie Smith.
Banking has been a major part of Connie Smith's life since college. Her experiences have helped her to know the nuances that led to an excellence.
Well, my first job in banking was as a teller during the summer while I was in college. And then when I graduated in 1981, it was a little bit of a weak job market, and I went back to being a teller. After that, I served in a variety of different positions, always in banking.
Through holding various positions at different banks in varied locations, she believes that working with so many different people has helped her to truly understand what it means to serve.
Then in 1995, here in Jacksonville, I was at home with my 2 young sons, and a friend of mine told me about this part-time job focused on volunteerism. At that time, it was First Union. And I would say in the 20 years since I got that first job at this bank, the job has expanded and changed. And I would say that a lot of the credit, I think, goes to being adaptable and responsible, but it also is about being in the right place at the right time. I manage a team of community affairs professionals who are responsible for Wells Fargo's charitable contribution and volunteerism programs and practice here in Florida.
As the Community Affairs Manager at Wells Fargo in Florida, Connie Smith is proud of the investment her bank makes in this community. Because of the good that she sees daily, Connie believes that she has the best job in the world.
It's an honor working with other Wells Fargo leaders and being their consultant on how we invest in the community. And it's also an extreme privilege to work with the leaders of the nonprofits in our community as well. I tend not to think of it as a career path, really. I think that I've been extraordinarily blessed to find work that matches my skill set, my strengths, that has a positive impact in the community.
Through her efforts with Wells Fargo, Connie has worked to provide financial literacy help, support access to higher education, and ensure that people have the tools to be and do their best. Now, she admits there are some challenges.
You know, I think there are two challenges with the job, and one I think is general for the workplace today, and that's change is constant. And so we're always adapting to change, and whether that could be internal change, change in the external environment, change in leaders of nonprofits, change in leaders at Wells Fargo, but it's all about that adapting to change. And then the other challenge is more specific to the role that I have, and that's around our community investments. Wells Fargo is an incredibly generous corporate citizen. Last year in Florida, we contributed more than $11 million to nonprofits statewide. But as generous as we are, there are always nonprofits and causes and programs that we can't support. And so delivering those declines is always a challenge.
However, with those challenges, she's learned a great deal of lessons along the way.
I've had the privilege to work with some terrific leaders over my career at the banks that I've worked for. And some of the themes that I've really taken to heart and mind are to be generous, to be my own unique self, and to recognize the individuality of others.
And for emerging leaders, she says there is one simple key that will take you to the top.
Don't forget to say thank you, be generous to others, and pay back the kindnesses and generosity of others when you can.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Smith. Our next honoree is Elaine D. Spencer, who's currently the Chief of the Housing and Community Development Division for the City of Jacksonville, but is known throughout the country as a Neighborhood Revitalization Specialist.
Elaine Spencer has spent decades working for the federal government to ensure that Americans have fair access to adequate housing.
I spent 32 years of my life with the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. I'm really proud of those 32 years, and I believe what I gave to that institution and what it gave to me. I was a fairly young woman there. Growing up in the department, from speechwriter for the field office director, being promoted then to a management position in the Office of Public Housing, and then working in the Office of Community Planning and Development. finally was chosen as a community builder, which was one of Secretary Cuomo's feature initiatives that took me to some extended study at the Harvard University School of Government.
She's had many opportunities and many successes helping transform the image of public housing.
During the time that I was a community builder, the city of Jacksonville received a visit from the Secretary of the Department of HUD, and I was fortunate or unfortunate enough to be able to take him out to look at public housing communities in the city of Jacksonville. And after that tour, he said to me and my colleagues, "This is among the worst public housing in the country." And we knew then that we had to do something. We knew that it was a call to action. I led the charge, having been asked by the policymakers in Washington to take the lead on working with the political landscape in Jacksonville at that time to pull the public housing programs and that operation out of city government and transform that into a much performing operation that became the Jacksonville Housing Authority as an independent agency, and I'm very proud to have been involved in that.
Spencer now works with the city of Jacksonville, improving neighborhoods and ensuring quality housing opportunities. Her latest project is a labor of love called Renew Jacks.
Renew Jacks is our best attempt to transform distressed communities. I think that housing is fundamental. Housing is the centerpiece, I believe, of our neighborhoods. And when people have a decent place to stay, it just brings about a sense of calm. It brings about a sense of stability. People want to live someplace that's safe, that's secure, and a place that they can be proud of.
Fair housing is Elaine's true passion. She continues to focus on giving back and making a difference in the world. It's an extension of lessons she learned as a child. Now, she believes in laughter and lives each day to its fullest. Elaine Spencer is a leader who hopes to use her life of service to inspire others.
Go get your life. Strive to live a big life. Remember that service is important. Know that there are those of us who have traveled that path, who are only able to take this culture, these learnings, the manifestations of these learnings up to a certain point. And beyond that, we need for you to take it all the way, and we're counting on you to do that.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Spencer. Our next honoree, I'm proud to say, is a member of our chapter, Brother Ivan T. Moat, a medical professional who has served this county and the community for many years. Brother Moat is the chief of the rescue division within the Jacksonville Fire Department. Let's listen in on the video as he speaks.
Ivan Moat is the chief of fire and rescue in Duval County. He was born and raised right here in Jacksonville.
I was raised on the east side of Jacksonville, out east as they call it. 30th and Buckman is where I was born, and most of my childhood was spent in Grand Park.
His belief in service is evident in the fact that he has served in 3 branches of the United States Armed Forces.
My first branch of military service was the United States Air Force. I did 4 years active duty, 2 years in active reserve. I was an electronic warfare technician. I also served 2 years in the Navy Reserve as a hospital corpsman and 12 years in the Army Reserve as a combat medic and also an Army nurse after I was commissioned.
Even through all of his service, fate prevailed with a truly unexpected opportunity to serve in a different capacity.
I didn't choose this career path, it chose me. I was discharged from the United States Air Force and could not find a job in electronics. And the fire department was recruiting minority firefighters, and I saw the benefits, the incentive to go back to college. I knew nothing about the job, but it seemed interesting, and that's when I stepped through the door. So essentially I took advantage of an opportunity. I've served the city of Jacksonville for, it will be 27 years in November of 2015, and the current position I hold now under Mayor Alvin Brown is the Chief of Rescue.
Chief Moat says that leading fire and rescue services continues to be a rewarding experience that gives him an opportunity to manage challenges and overcome obstacles.
Being consistent, the politics, hearing that when they held the position, I'm still trying to figure out who they are, but when they held the position, they did it this way or that way. But I'm trying to bring some integrity to the position and not give an advantage to any group of people, but make sure that the starting line is the same for everyone. So that's the biggest challenge, is just staying the course and remaining consistent and not allowing politics to influence my decisions. Most satisfying part of my job is ensuring that people had the opportunities that I didn't have. I witnessed a lot of unethical things in previous administrations when I was coming up through the ranks, primarily just being able to request a transfer and receive it. Now we've implemented some things where you can request the fire station that you want. It seems simple, but that's something I never had. I never received one requested assignment that I requested in my 20 years while I was in the field.
Now, the chief continues to work toward providing opportunities for everyone. He's especially proud to be able to serve the East Jacksonville community where he was raised.
Public service is important to the community because, for one, in my old neighborhood, public service is needed. Economically and socially deprived neighborhoods, public service gave me the honor to work in these communities and ensure that the treatment that they got in these communities were just as high as the treatment that was given in other communities. So public service gave me the honor of serving my community, the communities that I grew up in.
He's also been a proven leader in city government and hopes to use his service to inspire the next generation of community leaders.
Chase your dreams, but don't pass up on opportunities. En route to chasing your dreams, opportunities will present themselves. And it's your opportunities that give you the opportunity to live out your dreams. Because dreams cost money, opportunities make money. So take advantage of opportunities because they'll afford you the ability to follow some of your dreams.
Congratulations, Brother Moat. The next honoree is the Honorable Angela M. Cox, who we recognize as a trailblazer in the field of law and a member of the Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Let's listen in on her story.
As a child, things weren't always easy for the Honorable Judge Angela Cox. In fact, she didn't even have plans to go to college.
I did not have a lot of motivation to go to college. I was not interested at all in going to college. In fact, I had a terrible attitude about school and education.
Growing up, an unimaginable tragedy changed her life.
My brother, my only sibling, was killed when I was 18 years old, and he was 19 years old. I was a senior in high school. And having the impact that was left with me in the court system, coming in contact with lawyers and judges, it left such a great impression on me. And my brother wanted to be a lawyer. So after he passed away, I thought, I'll become a lawyer and I'll become a prosecutor. And that's what I did.
She decided to attend Tennessee State University with the intention of running track.
So when I got there, I realized I didn't want to run track. I ran track because my grandmother suggested it, but I really didn't have a love for it, a desire for it. So when I got to Tennessee State University in Nashville, I decided to run for freshman class president. And I ultimately ended up being involved in student government the entire time I was there. At the law school, I participated in moot court and mock trial, and I ended up being the first African-American Chief Justice of the Moot Court Board at the University of Memphis.
Her desire to be a prosecutor led her to work in the state attorney's office in Jacksonville.
I just had a love for prosecution. I had a love for seeking justice. I liked that we had the discretion to file cases or not, that our boss at the time, Harry Shorstein, gave us the discretion to review a case, decide if it was something that we should pursue, and it helped to hone my legal skills being given that discretion. So I enjoyed everything about prosecution.
Then, at just 32 years old, she was blessed with an opportunity to sit on the circuit court bench.
Being one of the youngest people appointed by a governor was overwhelming. It gave me a sense of pride for my family and for myself. I'm so thankful that Governor Bush trusted me. And I sat as a county court judge for 9 years before I was appointed by Governor Rick Scott to circuit court. So I'm just thankful that Governor Bush believed in me despite my age.
Judge Cox was a county court judge for 9 years. Then, the day before Thanksgiving last year, Governor Rick Scott appointed her to the circuit court.
Circuit court cases, that's the second level of the trial court. We have a broader jurisdiction. It's sometimes called the general jurisdiction court. We handle monetary claims, $15,000 and greater, so that's $1 million cases as well. We handle felony cases, which are 1 year in jail up to life in prison or the death penalty, and all the crimes encompassed in that area. We also handle family court cases, which are divorces, child support hearings, and probate cases, and that falls within our jurisdiction as circuit court judges.
Judge Cox has made some major accomplishments for a woman who had no hope and no ambitions as a child. Now, she soaks up the knowledge from her mentors and colleagues, and she shares her story with youth and encourages them to take advantage of every opportunity they have.
Take advantage of the blessing that you have received in the form of a scholarship. Always think about that this blessing is not to be just thrown to the wayside. Always get good grades. Focus really hard to try and get good grades. Make sure that you choose friends who are on the same path that you want to be on, a path of success and not destruction. Take advantage of what has been given to you and don't just throw it away. Make sure that you take every opportunity that you're given and so that it may add to your life and not take away from it.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Your Honor. I always wanted to say that. And now we are honored to have another fraternity member who will be honored tonight in the person of Brother Leonard D. Brown, Jr., Esquire. Brother Brown is the Executive Vice President and Chief Legal Counsel for the PGA Tour.
From years of negotiating contracts with some of the biggest names in the NBA like Tim Duncan, Grant Hill, and Christian Laettner, to working in the front office for the Atlanta Braves, Leonard Brown Jr. is sports management royalty.
I'm Executive Vice President, Chief Legal Officer. I oversee a corporate legal department of about 15 legal professionals. Biggest recurring challenge in my job is just not knowing what the day's going to hold. Coming in prepared to do one thing, and then something happens and I end up in 180 degree from where I thought I was going to end up.
Although there are challenges in his daily life, he makes time for two things that are very important to him: Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity and serving our community.
PGA Tour, we represent both the athletes and the league. And one of our primary goals, in addition to organizing events for our players, is giving back to charity. So one of the prides of my position is being able to say that I'm a part of now over $2 billion given in charity. About 3 years ago, our commissioner made the pledge that over the next 10 years, we were going to leave $100 million in the community as support. And thank you for the community supporting us as an organization.
Now, most things that happen at the PGA Tour find their way through his office.
It is an opportunity to see multiple aspects of a corporation. I work with a lot of talented individuals here who are responsible for certain areas of their business, but inevitably all of their businesses roll up into and through me. So I'm able to get a global perspective, an international perspective of our business.
Although his position is filled with a great deal of responsibility and he holds considerable influence, Leonard Brown Jr. lives by a simple motto.
In my life, God's grace and mercy, coupled with effort and extreme effort at times, leads one to achieve. And achievement is the motto of our great fraternity, and it's my personal motto as well. I started out in Philadelphia in a very small row home, very poor background, and I get to work here. And a lot of that, again, is through God's grace, but a lot of it's through hard work. So you have to be prepared and you have to do the work. No one's going to give it to you. People admire effort and they see effort. And if you put out that effort, God will take you along the way and he'll put people in your path that'll bring you along the way to your goal.
Thank you, Brother Brown. No relation to the mayor, right? Yeah, I'm just kidding. Our next honoree is Sandy Bartow. Sandy is an innovator and entrepreneur and a fulfiller of dreams, if you will, in her role as president of the Jacksonville Chamber Foundation and vice president of the Entrepreneurial Growth Division of the Chamber. Let's listen to some of her insights.
Even from childhood, Sandy Bartow has always been focused on running and owning a business.
I grew up in an entrepreneurial family. So my mother was the only smart one. She had a real job. And my dad branched out. He's a machinist, and he branched out on his own and started a machine shop.
Growing up, she saw her uncles and other family members running their own businesses, and she knew that's exactly what she wanted to do.
I jumped right into business. I bought my first business when I was 20. So I did it a little bit what people would traditionally call backwards, that I bought a business and bought and sold businesses and went that track for a number of years, and then started my college education.
Right now, Sandy uses her business savvy and passion to help business owners get on the right track. She's the Vice President for Entrepreneurial Growth at the Chamber of Commerce, as well as the President of the Jacksonville Chamber Foundation.
I get to work with a great team who works with entrepreneurs in starting and growing businesses. And then I also am the president of the Jacks Chamber Foundation. So I get to work on the community development side of economic development. The Jacks Chamber Foundation is designed to bring together find that intersection between economic development and community development. And our focuses are threefold. One is providing funding for entrepreneurial education, workforce development, and community leadership.
Her experience has helped her to understand what it takes to operate a successful business, and she feels it's her duty to pass along the lessons she's learned. She believes that every business owner needs at least one mentor.
So I have had a number of mentors in my lifetime, and anyone who knows me can tell you that my number one piece of advice for people is get a mentor. And you need different types of mentors during different periods of your life.
She says that helping others reach their goals has greatly enriched her life.
The name Sandra means helper, and I have lived up to that, helping others. And I know that everyone loves to make a difference in the community, and so my job allows me, my passion and my career have come together to allow me to really make a difference, to really help people in their dreams, making their dreams come true. Strive not to be a success. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. And that would probably be maybe my guiding principle.
She works tirelessly to impart her life lessons to young future business leaders. Her work pushes them to reach for success, but to take the time to enjoy the journey.
Make it an adventure. Learn all that you can. That is the reason that you are going off to college, is to expand your mind, expand your thinking. So make it an adventure.
Thank you so much, Ms. Bartow. I want to acknowledge Brother Burrell. He seems to be hugging all the ladies. I didn't see him hug any of the guys. And now we'll be favored by another selection by Ms. Akia Uwanda.
All right, this is dedicated to all the honorees. Hey, oh, hey, da 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 da. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm taking my freedom, I'm putting it on the shelf, I'm putting it on the chain, and I'm wearing it from my neck. Putting it in my car, wherever I choose to go, I'm gonna take it far. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden. Live your life like it's golden, 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 golden. I'm holding on my freedom, can't take it from me. It comes back to me. I'm swimming on my freedom. Being the God in me. I represent His life. Hope is running on me. Hope is running on me. And I'm gonna live my life like it's golden. 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 Golden. celebrate, y'all. A clap your hands, y'all. A clap your hands. We celebrate. A clap your hands.
Thank you so much. That was great. I bet they don't get that kind of music in the City Hall meetings. So now at this time, we will turn part of the program over to our partners, the William and Betty Cody Foundation, as they present this year's Dr. Caroline A. Cody Memorial Scholarship.
Dr. William Cody and his wife Betty have been positively impacting the Jacksonville community for more than 20 years. Dr. Cody is an obstetrician-gynecologist who was the first African-American president of the medical staff at St. Vincent's Hospital Riverside and works to ensure that women in Haiti have quality care.
As many people know, I've been involved with an international project with trying to take current health care for GYN to the country of Haiti.
Now, Mrs. Cody stays pretty busy too, both civically and professionally.
Professional activities include being a member of the Professional Association of Healthcare Office Managers, where I am a certified medical manager. And in the community, I'm president of the Jacksonville chapter of the Links. I am on a couple of foundation boards. I'm also active with the Silhouettes.
They are both members of Divine Nine organizations. She, a member of Sigma Gamma Rho sorority, and he, a member of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity.
It has allowed me to return a lot of activities to the community, to embrace trying to provide educational scholarships and healthy environments for young people in this community. Jacksonville Alumni Chapter has afforded me the opportunity to travel all over the world. One of the occasions that I'm very proud of is when Betty and I were able to go to South Africa with one of our grand pole marks, Dwayne Murray, and look at the healthcare system there as well as the educational system there. So Kappa, to me, is one of the most important things in my civic activities in this community.
Silhouettes support their husbands. So in order for us to be supportive of the Kappas, who certainly have won numerous awards because of what they have done in the community, it just helps enhance the Kappas' activities, and as wives normally do, support their husbands in their endeavors. So it gives us a chance to do activities with our husbands, to support them, and to help them in their award-winning activities.
For over 18 years, Dr. Cody chaired the Kappa Alpha Psi Golf Tournament. He and Mrs. Cody hosted meetings in their home, cooking for fraternity members. Now, the Codys are also patrons of the Dr. Caroline Annette Cody Scholarship Fund. They used their daughter's death to turn tragedy into triumph.
The Dr. Caroline Annette Cody Scholarship was started in memory of our daughter who was murdered in 2000. So this is our 15th year of awarding the scholarship. The idea was to keep her memory alive so that she would not be forgotten. And this was a meaningful way to do it, as well as help students go to college. It was actually a Kappa that came up with the idea that after her death, rather than people just bring flowers, to give them another alternative. So the alternative was to contribute money to a foundation.
The scholarship has certainly played an important role in people's lives. The first recipient, Dr. Dolly Penn, in fact, graduated from school here in Jacksonville, as all of the other recipients have, and then went on to Xavier to complete her undergraduate studies. And then Dolly, or Dr. Penn, went on to medical school at Florida State University and graduated and has completed her residency. And we've kept in touch with her over the years. We've kept in touch with other recipients over the years. And they have all done well.
15 years later, yet another scholar will head to college, thanks to the benevolence of the Codys.
The 2014-2015 Dr. Caroline Annette Cody Scholar is Aviance Morgan McKenzie.
My name is Aviance Morgan McKenzie, and I attend Darnell Cookman School of the Medical Arts. My favorite subject is biology. I've always had a curiosity for the unknown world, and I love experimenting with different things. My favorite teacher is Mr. Servants. He's my AP US government teacher, and he is an advocate for whatever I choose to do. He supports me in my academic and my personal life, and he's always there when I need somebody to talk to. I will be attending the University of Florida in the fall of 2015 with a major in biology, taking the pre-med track, and a minor in women's and gender studies. My favorite out-of-school activity is volunteering. I love putting myself before others. It's such an accomplishment when you see the smile on people's faces after you do something that supports their life and makes them happy. It is uncommon in this day and age to hear people volunteering just for the fact of it or putting others before themselves, so I really enjoy this activity. And my hero is my mom. She has taken on the roles of being my mother and my father, and she has went to school and worked full-time while providing what she can for me. Her dedication and her work ethic determines me to push forward in my long years of education ahead. I would like to thank the William and Betty Cody Foundation for being selected as a 2015 Dr. Caroline A. Cody Memorial Scholar and giving back to the Jacksonville community. Thank you.
I'd like to thank the Codys for their philanthropy in honor of their daughter, Dr. Cody. They always remind me of Harriet and Ozzie and Harriet. See, the young people not laughing at that. They don't know who Ozzie and Harriet was. Okay, I'm telling my age. All right, now we move into the best part of the program, I think, or the second best. We just had the best part. But I've been watching these scholars over here, and they've been really paying attention. So I'm impressed with that. They really were watching what was going on. So they were watching you honorees. So we appreciate the message that you've given them. And so we'll start out with our first recipient, Jaylyn Binyard.
My name is Jaylyn Lenore Binyard, and I currently attend Robert E. Lee High School, a part of their early college program. My favorite subject in high school is biology. I plan to major in biology. My favorite teacher is Mr. Binyard. He is more than a teacher, he has been a mentor throughout my years of high school. I plan to attend Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, obtaining my doctoral degree in pharmacy. My favorite out-of-school activity is volunteering and competing in pageants. My hero has always been my mother. She's always pushed me to be the very best I can be and to never give up no matter what I wanted to accomplish.
The next recipient, I think it's your sister, isn't it? It's Jocelyn Binyard.
My name is Jocelyn Binyard. I attend Robert E. Lee Senior High School, where I'm a part of the Science, Engineering, and Mathematics Club. My favorite subject in school is English, and my favorite teacher is Mr. Binyard. He has always made school enjoyable. I plan to attend Florida Agricultural Mechanical University, where I plan on majoring in nursing to become a traveling nurse practitioner. My favorite activity outside of school is playing the piano, which I've been playing for almost 12 years. My hero is my mother. She's always supportive and pushes me harder to try and to never give up.
The next recipient is Aubrey Carr.
My name is Aubrey Nicole Carr. I currently attend Robert E. Lee High School. My favorite subject is science, just because you can explore every mystery in the world, and it's just gorgeous. I love it. My favorite teacher is Miss Kristen Bishop. She really pushes her students, and you come out of her class a better writer and a better reader, and she's just brilliant at her job. The college I'm planning on attending is the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa. My favorite out-of-school activity is yoga. It's the only thing that relaxes me. And my hero is Hypatia, the Greek mathematician and astronomer and philosopher, who was a very strong supporter of women's rights even before that was a thing. She's just very, she's great. I love her. She's a big inspiration.
Next is Harold Geddes.
My name is Harold Geddes, and I currently attend Darnell Cookman High School. My favorite subject is environmental science because I care about the environment and ways to help make it more efficient and cleaner. My favorite teacher is Dr. Sal because he puts a lot of effort into his teaching methods and he really shows much compassion for his students. I plan on attending Florida State University in the fall. My favorite out-of-school activity include volunteering and visiting museums because I enjoy the architecture, the art, and the history that they have to offer. My hero is my mom because she is a single parent raising 2 young boys, and that is not something that many people can do successfully. I also admire the way that she strives to make sure that we have a good education and also stay humbled in our daily activities.
Next is one of the mentees in our Kappa League program, the president, Matthew Harris.
My name is Matthew Harris. I currently attend Bishop John J. Snyder High School. I'm in the 12th grade there, and my favorite subject at Bishop Snyder is English. I'm an advanced placement English student, and so my favorite teacher would have to be my first AP English teacher, Dr. Stephen Giddens. He not only thoroughly prepared me for the AP test and the SATs and ACTs, but he also shaped me as a stronger writer, which better prepared me for my college applications and for all of the essays that I've had to write and all the other courses as well, for which I'm truly grateful. I will be attending Stetson University and majoring in music with a concentration in piano next year. My favorite outside of school activity would be playing the piano because I've been doing it for 13 years now with 10 years of classical training. I'm also the president of the Jacksonville Alumni chapter of the Kappa League, and my hero would be my mother because ever since I was young, she's looked out for the things that I've been interested in, and she hasn't tried to make me conform, but she's allowed me to be creative and outside of the box, and that's helped to make me into the student and the individual and the musician that I am today, and for that I'm also grateful.
Wish we had time to hear him on the piano. He's great. Our next recipient is Brandon K. Mack.
My name is Brandon Mack. I attend A. Philip Randolph Academy of Technology.
My favorite subjects are math and science. Math because I just love the numbers involved in math, the equations and the formulas, and just how the computation involved, and it just helps me further this field of study that I want to go into in college. And science because at a young age I was always curious just how certain things came up in life and the nature of how things were developed and just the natural approach to most things. And the science portion is drove me into scientific method and the formulologies involved in science. And my favorite teacher, I don't really have a favorite teacher. I like a bunch of teachers, such as Ms. Jacqueline Williams, she's my psychology/sociology teacher at A. Philip Randolph, and Ms. Damio Turk, who no longer teaches there, but she was my previous English teacher. She was an excellent English teacher. She taught me so much and just developed my skills because she came in isolation, in my fields, in my weaknesses and areas I needed development. And the college I want to attend is University of North Florida for computer science because of how my favorite subjects are math and science, and I like computers too, so I was a combination of all those subjects in one. My favorite activities are cooking, fishing, and working on computers. And my favorite hero is Sherlock Holmes because of just his analytical nature of how he approaches most things and all the stories about him and just how he deduces the most minuscule facts and details that the humans would just most likely overlook. And it's just all that. It's amazing to me at a young age when I was reading his books.
Certainly distinguished himself from the other Brandon Mack we just honored. Our next recipient is Sydney Michelle Renstrom.
My name is Sydney Renstrom, and I currently attend Sandalwood High School. My favorite subject there is biological science. My favorite teacher has been Mr. Nolan. He taught American history at our high school, and his class was subjected very much so around college-based level. So after taking his class, I feel fully prepared for college. I plan to go to college at Florida Atlantic University in Boca Raton. Out of school, I like to swim and dive. I was on the swimming and dive team for Sandalwood. I like to dance, and I love gymnastics. That's my #1 sport. Outside of school, though, my hero is Miss Carrie Fulford. She is my church mom, you could say, and she has inspired me for the past 5 years to be caring, kind, and compassionate, and for that reason, she's my hero.
The next recipient is Ladarius Marquise Smith.
My name is Ladarius Smith. I currently attend Robert E. Lee High School. My favorite subject is English, and because of that, my favorite teacher is my English teacher, Miss Bishop. I plan to attend the University of North Florida. My favorite out-of-school activities are robotics and lacrosse. My hero is my father because he's a great role model, he's very supportive, and I know he always has my back.
Glad to hear Ladarius, your father, is a role model. You're smart like your daddy, too. No, I'm just kidding, because I know his mama. But Our next recipient is Tanisha Tutt.
My name is Tanisha Tutt, and I attend Douglas Anderson School of the Arts. My favorite subject is math, and my favorite teacher is Mr. Monday, my technical director. He challenges us every day to explore all aspects of technical theater, and he has allowed me to explore many different aspects of technical theater and allowed me to realize that this is what I want to do later in life. My choices of college are Florida Southern College and FSCJ. My out-of-school activities are technical theater and piano, and I also dance. My hero is my dad because he challenges and inspires me every day to become a successful young woman, and he has challenged me to become the young lady that I am today.
Don't try to cash those big checks anywhere. On second thought, Connie Smith might let you cash them at Wells Fargo. At this time, I'd like to take a point of personal privilege and recognize our silhouettes, as Mrs. Cody indicated in her video who our silhouettes were. So if any silhouettes are in the audience, would you please stand and be recognized? Well, we thank them because they're our right hand. We thank you all for coming out tonight to help us to honor these mentors for these scholars and these scholarship recipients. So thank you all. Give yourselves a round of applause. And I'd like to call Michael Harriet back to the podium to give us the benediction.
Please join me as we pray. Almighty God, as we depart from this place, but not your spirit, allow us to reflect upon that it is you who are omnipresent. You are everywhere, Lord. It is you who are omnipotent, having all power. And it is you who are omniscient, knowing all. And as it may be, knowing this, we ask that you would guide our thoughts and our actions so that the density of our testimony will speak both in spirit and in truth. Help us all to achieve and accomplish all of our dreams and goals while displaying your prolific character within our hearts. We pray these things in your mighty name. Amen.
Amen.